Welcome students, myself Umesh Kumar Sharma from Arya College of Engineering and IT. Today we are going to discuss the topic float zone growth and characteristics and evaluation of crystals. Float zone growth. When extremely high purity silicon is required, then we use float zone growth techniques. The basic features of this growth techniques is that the molten part of sample is supported entirely by the solid part, thereby eliminating the need of a crucible. In float zone growth, a rod of high purity polycrystalline material is held in a chuck while a metal coil driven by high power RF signal is slowly passed along its length. The field set up by RF power induced ED current in the rod. This ED current leads to joule heating. The coil power is such that the part of rod closest to the coil is melted. The entire apparatus is encapsulated in a vacuum system or in an enclosed chamber with inert gas purge. To ensure growth in the preferred orientation, a seed crystal may also be used. In this technique, a thin neck of 3 mm diameter and about 10 to 20 mm length is pulled. A disadvantage of float zone growth is the difficulty of introducing a uniform concentration of dopants. There are four methods that can be used. First is core doping. Core doping refers to the use of doped polysilicon rod for the starting material. On the top of this rod, additional undoped polysilicon is deposited until the average desired concentration is reached. This process can be repeated through several generations of necessary. The dopant concentration of rod is given as Cz equal to Cc into Rd upon Rf का whole square into 1 minus K into E minus E की power Kz upon L. Cc equal to dopant concentration in the core rod, Rd equal to radius of dopant rod, Rf equal to radius of final bowl, L equal to length of floating zone, Z equal to distance from the starting of the bowl, K equal to effective distribution coefficient. Second is gas doping. Gas doping is accomplished by using gases like PS3, AsCl3 or PCl3. The gas may be injected as the polysilicon rod is deposited, or it may be injected at the molten ring during float zone refining. Third is pill doping. Pill doping is accomplished by drilling a small hole in the top of rod and inserting the dopant in the hole. If the segregation coefficient of the dopant is small, most of it will be carried in the melt as it passes the length of the bowl. Fourth is transmutation doping. For light n-type doping, float zone silicon can be doped through a process called transmutation doping. In this process, the bowl is exposed to a high brightness neutron source. Approximately 3.1% of silicon is the mass 30 isotope. Under neutral flux, the isotope can be changed through the nuclear process. This technique is limited to bowls of no more than a few kilograms. Figure shows an arrangement that can be used for float zone growth of large diameter crystal. Characteristics and evolution of crystals. Routine evolution of crystals, also called ingot or bowls, involve testing their resistivity, evaluating their crystal perfection and examining their mechanical properties like size and mass. Other less routine evaluation includes measuring the crystal, oxygen, carbon, and heavy metal content. The evaluation of heavy metal content are made by minority carrier concentration measurement and neutron activation analysis. After growth, the crystal is usually weighted, then inspected visually. Growth crystalline imperfections such as twinning are apparent to the unaided eye. Section of ingot containing such defect are cut from the bowl and then butt end of ingot a slice cut from that portion and then etched to reveal defect such as dislocation. A common etch end used for this purpose is set etch, which is mixture of HF acid 49% and 5 molar chromic acid. Cracks can be detected by ultrasonic waves. Resistivity measurements. Resistivity measurements are made on flat end of crystal by 4-point probe techniques. This is shown in figure. Current I is passed through outer probes and voltage V is measured between inner probes. The measured resistance V upon I is converted into resistivity by using rho equal to V upon I into 2 pi s, where s equal to probe spacing in centimeter. Boron doped Seeger crystal is available in resistivity from 0.0005 to 50 ohm centimeter with radial uniformities of 5% or better. Arsenic and phosphorus doped Seeger crystal are available in the range of 0.005 to 40 ohm centimeter. Antimony doped Seeger crystal are available in the range of 0.01 ohm centimeter. Figure show the relationship for boron and phosphorus doped sample. Thank you.